Hey guys, I'm Jared, and today we're talking about what's new in board gaming as of January 12th, 2024. I'll be covering the latest news, announcements, most played games, hot new Kickstarters, and crowdfunded games, and more related to board gaming for the past 2 weeks. At the end, I'll also be sharing what's going on behind the scenes with my YouTube channel, Meeple Mentor. So stick around, we've got a lot to cover. Leave me a like and comment on what kinds of updates that you want to hear more about. So make sure that you don't miss my news updates, new video tutorials, and our podcast episodes. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your preferred streaming platform. Let's get started with some crowdfunding. Step into the vibrant realm of Korean culture with GoKo Games' Play, Learn, Love Korea GoKo the K-Card game. Immerse yourself in this 2 to 5 player tabletop adventure, strategize your way through, and experience the joy of learning while playing. Join the campaign and unlock the wonders of GoKo before the clock runs out on March 3rd. Embark on a thrilling solo gaming experience with The Last Lighthouse, a Scott Almes Simply Solo wallet game crafted by Button Shy Games. As the lone guardian, face off against your own nightmares and navigate through strategic challenges to safeguard the isolated lighthouse from impending darkness. Join the campaign before tomorrow and immerse yourself in the game's engaging mechanics, where your strategic prowess determines the fate of the lighthouse against an array of unique nightmares. Involve yourself in an alpine rescue mission with Safe and Hound, a rescue card game. This 18-card game allows players to take on the role of St. Bernard's rescuing stranded skiers from the mountain. Support the project for a compact and exciting gaming experience by January 22nd. Immerse yourself in a tabletop adventure with the Silver Collector's Edition, bringing the ultimate werewolf universe to life. In this strategic card game set in the town of Silver, players use clever deduction to purge werewolves. With a 5 to 6 player expansion and all 6 Silver games, the campaign concludes on February 8th. Get ready for an exciting adventure with the Scandinavian Big Box and Lancaster Big Box. This project is all about strategic and city-building fun set in the stunning cities of Copenhagen and Helsinki. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the games, join the excitement before the campaign ends on January 17th. Set out on an immersive journey with Explorers of Novaria, a captivating tabletop game set in a rich fantasy world. Offering a unique blend of tableau building and worker placement, this game introduces players to strategic decision-making in a fantastical setting. Join the adventure before the campaign concludes on February 7th and become part of a 2 to 4 player world filled with exploration and exciting expansions. Welcome to Catsville is a roll and write, print and play board game set in a whimsical world where players design an ideal living place for cats. The game features mechanics involving planting forests, meowtens, and riding the Felinia Express. The campaign for this project will conclude on January 23rd. Votes for Women, an award-winning board game focusing on the women's suffrage movement and the ratification of the 19th Amendment, is seeking funding for its second printing on Kickstarter. The game, set in 1848 in Seneca Falls, New York, allows players to immerse themselves in the struggle for women's voting rights, taking on the roles of suffragists or opponents. The second printing addresses the high demand for the game, which received critical acclaim for its historical accuracy, educational content, and engaging gameplay. The Monty Python and the Holy Grail board game on Backer Kit is an officially licensed tabletop game featuring the absurd humor of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Designed by Gwen Ruel and Sam Bryant, players become Knights of the Round Table, undertaking comedic quests, battling the Black Knight, and launching cow meeples with a catapult to earn valor points. Intended for 2 to 5 players ages 14 and up, and it has a playtime of 40 to 60 minutes. You can back it until February 8th. Next, let's look at newly announced games and expansions coming to retail. Pandasaurus Games is set to release Far Away, a buzzworthy card game from Catch Up Games in US retail in March 2024. Designed by Johan Gruppi and Corentin Lebras, the game gained attention from Man vs. Meeple, Board Game Geek, and other outlets since Spiel Essen 2023. With an intriguing drafting mechanism, set collection, and contracts, Far Away is a family game for 2 to 6 players ages 10 and up, offering a puzzly tableau building experience that plays in 15 to 30 minutes. Steamforged Games is set to release a new edition of Reiner Knizia's classic auction game Medici on March 13th. Designed for 2 to 6 players aged 10 and up, the game involves 16th century traders auctioning and bidding on goods to fill their ship's cargo over 3 rounds. The new edition features updated artwork, visuals, and player characters, offering a 60-minute gameplay experience. Repo's production introduces Little Tavern, a new party game designed by Maxim Rambourg and Theo Riviere, hitting retail on January 19th. In this interactive game, players step into the shoes of servers at the Little Tavern, competing to collect the most tips through strategic customer interactions. With high engagement, risk-taking, and a dash of strategic cunning, the game is designed for 3 to 5 players ages 8 and up, with a 25-minute playtime. Lookout Games has unveiled Epi, an adventure puzzle game book set to hit US retail through Asmodee on January 12, 2024. In this interactive puzzle book, players take on the role of Epi, a mysterious blue creature seeking assistance from the bowline family to recover lost memories and fulfill its purpose. The game, resembling a point-and-click computer game, offers 12 beautifully illustrated locations catering to 1 or more players ages 8 and up, with a playtime of 5 hours. In other Lookout Games news, they have unveiled the Epiperius deck, a new expansion for Agricola, scheduled for release on January 26th. This expansion introduces 168 new cards, including 85 minor improvements and 84 occupations, playtested by top Agricola players globally. Compatible with the base game, the Epiperius deck supports 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, offering a gameplay duration of 60 to 120 minutes. Floodgate Games is set to release Skyrocket's Festivals of Fire in a deluxe edition featuring custom sleeves and acrylic tokens, inspired by Kite's Time to Fly. Designed by Charlie McCarran with art by Silly Jelly, the game involves players playing cards and flipping matching sand timers, or fireworks, without letting any run out. Aimed at 2 to 5 players aged 10 and up, the game plays in 10 minutes and includes 60 fireworks cards, 30 event cards, 6 sand timers, countdown track, 3 crowd tokens, and more. The release date is set for January 23rd. Catan plans to launch a new standalone Catan game in 2024 titled Catan New Energies. Expected in Q2, the game explores the island's Viking society, introducing energy needs and environmental threats. Balancing resource management, power plants, and renewable energy investment, players navigate challenges to achieve victory. Designed for 3 to 4 players ages 14 and up, the game offers a sustainable English edition printed and assembled in the US. DV Games plans to launch a new Bang expansion titled Bang Legends in early 2024. The game introduces an extra large card format and immerses players in the Wild West, aligning them with law, outlaw, or renegade factions, featuring feats, wooden fame tokens, and legendary abilities. Designed for 4 to 7 players ages 8 and up, the game boasts a 30 to 40 minute playtime. Steve Jackson Games has announced 2 releases for May 2024, Express, the railroad card game, and a classic card game from the old Mayfair Games line designed by Darwin Bromley, and Munchkin Pony Excess, an Western-themed 56-card expansion for Munchkin Express, which has been updated by Steve Jackson and the Train Games Association, while Munchkin Pony Excess will feature new cards and jokes. Stonemaier Games provided updates on the upcoming release of Wormspan, a dragon sanctuary building game. Addressing online responses, Jamie Stegmaier clarified that Wormspan is not a reskin of Wingspan. It is a standalone game designed by Connie Vogelman. The development and manufacturing of Wormspan will be completed by January 31st, with web store shipments starting in February and retail availability in late March. Lucky Duck Games has unveiled Sweet Mess, a new board game set for release in US retail on February 9th. In Sweet Mess, players assume the roles of chefs participating in the Sweet Mess pastry competition, collecting ingredients, preparing recipes, and claiming awards to earn points. The game accommodates 1 to 4 players ages 10 and up with a playing time of 45 to 60 minutes. CMON is set to release Cyberpunk 2077 Gangs of Night City, a competitive board game into US retail on February 9th. Originally launched on Kickstarter in June 2022, the game features 4 gangs from the Cyberpunk 2077 world that players can join: the Tiger Claws, the Valentinos, the Maelstrom, or the Voodoo Boys. The game includes 4 replayable stories, each with changing effects, branching paths, and different endings, providing multiple paths to victory. Ravensburger has announced Chronicles of Light Darkness Falls Disney Edition, a new adventure game set to release into retail on July 21st, 2024. Combining elements of role-playing with a traditional board game, the game allows players to form alliances between Disney and Pixar heroines, pushing back Disney villains and restoring the Realm of Light. Featuring familiar characters like Moana, Violet, Maid Marian, and Belle, the game is designed and illustrated entirely by women. Chronicles of Light Darkness Falls Disney Edition is for up to 4 players ages 8 and up. Let's talk for a bit about what's happening on the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. The biggest news right now is that I wrote and published a book. After 4 years of tutorials, unboxings, and podcasts, I'm thrilled to announce Push Your Luck, the Board Game Dictionary. It's the ultimate guide with over 800 terms, jargon, and industry insights. Whether you're a newbie or a pro, this reference is a must-have. Available now on Kindle, click the link below to grab your copy on Amazon. And don't forget to stay subscribed to the YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Learn, explore, and elevate your gaming experience. Thanks for tuning in to today's news update. I appreciate your support. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.